Hello drivers and welcome to this new fugitive challenge. Today we will try to beat the track mission in Driver 3 with the fugitive mode enabled. Can we do it? Let's find out. So let's start this mission, which is in my opinion a very good one, and of course the beginnings stay roughly the same because you are already chased by the cops. So the fugitive challenge is not changing anything here. If you don't remember, the fugitive challenge it was made thanks to the work by Snoopy, who allow the fugitive mode to be enabled in any game modes, and it includes during missions. And what does it do? Well, it gives the pedestrians guns and the urge to kill Tanner. Anyway, here we are still at the mall and we are cops to deal with, but as soon as we exit the mall, that's where the fun will begin. So we are now in the streets and the pedestrian will start to shoot us. For some reason they are not as hostile as in other missions such as rooftops or the hit, but we will take it in our advantages because the next part of the mission will greatly differ from usual and we need the most health and a car with the lowest level of damages possible. So it was here my first attempt and I forgot I turned the God mode, and of course it's not good for the fugitive challenge, that's not okay, so I had to attempt later. Here we are on a safe spot, that's the highway, and of course there is no pedestrian spawning there, so we are kinda safe unless we are being chased by the cops, and the pedestrians in the car are not changed by the fugitive mode and they are not going to shoot us anyway. So we are coming close to the safe house, but as you can see my car had a lot of damages in that attempt, so it will not be very good for the rest of the mission because like the health, it's not reset at the checkpoint. So here is the in-game cutscenes, and I'm afraid that the car still take damage during the cutscene, so my recommendation is to skip the cutscene to avoid being unnecessarily damaged during it. So here we got a checkpoint, and now the usual things to do is to enter the safe house, because just like in Take a Ride it removes the felony, but it goes even further than that because it also removes the felony of the car. So that's very useful for us because we just have to take the car and go to the objective point and it's mission done. Well, that's if we were not playing with the fugitive challenge, because now the pedestrians are armed and they are also acting very strangely, as you can see, because in this mission it happens a lot and they are rolling and shooting at a very high rate. So the problem is that if they are shooting at you or your car, it's almost instantly finished. It's over almost instantly. So anyway, here I was still in the God mode in that recording, and of course just to show you how much damage they can give you, but of course my recommendation is to be in movement at any time, because this weird behavior happens when the pedestrian are spawned for a few seconds. So the faster you are, the less it will occur. Yes, and of course as you can see the cops are still chasing you, but they are also chasing every pedestrian with guns, and it's kind of funny to look at their reaction because they don't know what to do. There is so much happening. So in this attempt without the God mode, as you can see, my health was very low and the level of damage was very high, so that's really not what you want to be when you go to the checkpoint, because just like I said in the hit, the health is not reset and the level of damage of your car isn't. So you need to be in the best condition possible, or you will have to restart from the beginning. And of course you can't repair your car. Even if you go to the safe house, you will be in better shape because you can get health back, but you will never be able to repair your car, and this mission needs you to go with that car in the water, so you can't be damages on the ground, and that can be a problem if you can take too much damages with the damage level you have left. So with that in mind, you will see me failing a few times in this recording, because as the pedestrians are sometimes very hostile, so I was not even able to go to the nearest water spot because my car was killed before that by the pedestrians with their guns. So I also tried a closer water spot, because even if on the minimap there is an objective point, you are not forced to comply with it, and you can go anywhere with enough water, and if you put the car in the water, the mission is done as well. But the problem is that the closest water spot is also one with a lot of pedestrians, so now that they are armed, it's not the best recommendation I could give you. So I finally came to the conclusion that I had to restart from the beginning, and that this time I will need to be more careful in the first part, because the first part is very important, so I could be able to beat the mission with a car in a better shape. So I restarted, and now my car is in a better shape, at least good enough to go till the water spot. But I started to notice something weird, and I was feared that the Fugitive Challenge was messing with the mission scripts files. Because if you remember, Snoopy made the script, but sometimes it will not act as expected. For example, in the first 3 missions, the pedestrians are not armed, but instead they are frozen. And in this case, every time I was falling in the water, it was still counting it as mission failed, just like if I left evidence by being killed or being too much damaged, but not on the water. So I was maybe thinking that the Fugitive Challenge was messing with the mission successful condition. Could happen. But then I remember something, and it's that I always started the second part by going in the safe house, so to remove my felony. And it appears that with the Fugitive Challenge on, you can't remove the felony, otherwise it will count as mission failed every time you go in the water. So even if in a normal playthrough you can remove the felony and you can beat the mission, but it will not work with the Fugitive Challenge on. That was something I didn't know and that I had to experience before knowing it. But anyway, now we know it, and as you will see, I went to the water even being followed by cops, and it was still count as mission successfully done. So you can beat Trapped with the Fugitive Challenge mode, so that's a good thing, because now we have done rooftops, we have done the hit, and we have done Trapped. And to be honest, it was the easiest one out of the 3, because the first part is not really hard at all. But of course you need to be careful with the health and the damage, because if your health is low, you can still die by being shot at by the pedestrians, and you can't go in the safe house to get health back, because then you will remove your felony and it will not work in Fugitive Challenge. So the first part you must be careful, but that's not very hard, and the second part is very short, and if the level of damage of your car isn't too high, it's really possible to beat it. So if you want to try the Fugitive Challenge with the easiest one mission to date, I recommend trying Trapped. And to do so, don't forget to check the description, because the link to Snoopy Shit Table is in it. And if you try it, please tell me in the comments if you manage to beat it as well. I would like to thank my Red Reavers, DwarvenDimension.com, Fresh Contact, Neuroscenes, Tank09 YouTube, Emmett McLaughlin and Paul Lanois for their support. You can also become a member of the channel by clicking on the join button below the video. Take care and see you soon, drivers.